Hello everyone, thanks for your time today. We certainly hope that you had a good holiday and we're able to adjust back into the week. Today we are going to cover a popular topic that's changed somewhat in the past year or two, and that is content. We're going to talk about how great content can help boost your website traffic. My name is Travis. I'm the president of James Publishing. We'll be tweeting live from the webinar today. You can follow us at James Publishing or tweet it, hashtag James Webinar. I'm going to jump right in. Content's changed. Certainly, 18 months ago, the most effective way to garner traffic was to post massive amounts of content and necessarily didn't even need to be relevant. Certainly wasn't our approach, but it was a lot of companies' approach. But that's changed. I mean, with the Panda and Penguin updates, Google's gotten much more efficient and effective at understanding what good and bad content is, and the content has diversified greatly, and the types of content that you need to post has changed, and we're going to talk about that today, and what is good content, what's bad content, and some examples of that. So 60% of consumers say they enjoy reading relevant content from brands, and I don't think that's going to be a shocker to anyone. 82% of consumers feel more positive about a company after reading custom content, and I think that just speaks to what people are looking for. They're looking for quality content that answers questions. 70% of consumers are feel closely related to a company as a result of content marketing. That's somewhat ambiguous, but I think the more of a consumer's questions that you can answer, or prospective clients' questions that you can answer, the more established they're going to feel like your company is, and the closer they're going to feel to your brand as a whole. How do you ensure your content's better than the competition? Well, we get that question all the time. Since we create content for many attorneys, the common question is how is mine going to be different? Ours is different in several ways, but really what we try to tell people is we try to be educational. We try to truly help the consumer. Simply just pulling together some content from other websites is not going to generate traffic. I mean, it can, but it's not going to generate the type of traffic you're looking for. You need to offer prospective clients and visitors quality content that achieves a goal, that answers questions, that solves a problem, or entertains them. I mean, not everything has to be super serious all the time, or so direct, or cover a legal question. Sometimes people, just may want to understand, get a good laugh, or read a good blog or a news story that it's happening in your community. Keep it fresh. Repeat visits is crucial. If you have people coming back to your site, prospective clients, current clients, it's important that you keep your content fresh. I tell people there's 12-15 ways to answer the same question, and every single person is going to relate different to a different type of content, a different way that you've addressed a question or a subject, and it's important to try to talk to each of those individuals. Check the site functionality regularly. A lot of times, links are broken. Your content's so buried in your site that people can't get to it. We find that quite often. Or you don't have your XML sitemap updated. There's tools that inspect websites just in case you missed tags or you didn't properly title your page. All of those things are subjects we've covered in other topics, and questions I'm certainly able to answer after the webinar about how to post content and the functionality of your site. I don't want to go too deep into that today. I think that that's a good subject for another webinar, but it's important that we at least cover it. Add video to your landing pages. They should be informative, relevant. Good videos can improve conversions dramatically. I say it almost in every webinar. It's kind of sad, but Americans are certainly much more distracted and have ADD these days, and video, infographics, bulleted information certainly seems to get more attention from consumers or prospective clients than the written word these days, and it can certainly have a dramatic improvement on the time that prospective clients spend on your site, and also conversion rates.
Common auto accident
How video
injuries.
can boost your site traffic.
An auto accident, even a minor one, can cause a broad spectrum of injuries, ranging from mild to severe. In addition to cuts, bruises, and broken bones, common auto accident injuries include
clients not only the written word, but
soft tissue injuries.
Infographics.
A soft tissue injury is an injury to the connective tissues of the body, the muscles, tendons, and ligaments. Whiplash, for example, is an injury to the soft tissues of the neck, caused by a sudden and violent stretching and flexing of these tissues. A soft tissue injury causes soreness, stiffness, limited range of motion,
on page 1 you're
and
going to find
pain.
2 videos. That
Traumatic brain injury.
It was not happening.
A traumatic brain
even 4
injury may
months
be
ago,
caused by a
and
blow
that's
to
gonna
the head,
continue
e.g.
to
hitting your
happen.
head against the
And,
windshield,
it's
or by the
easier
brain
to get
hitting the
now
inside of the skull in
and
connection
get
with
that
the whiplash
relevance
injury.
now than
This
it will
trauma
be
causes
in
the
6
soft
months
tissue
to
of the
a year.
brain
So
to bruise,
for our
swell,
clients
or tear.
specifically, we're
A
starting to
mild
post
traumatic
video.
brain
We're starting to
injury
post
may resolve
infographics
in a
as
matter
part
of days
our
or
content
weeks, but a more severe
production
injury
plan
may
schedule.
result in
Google likes
permanent brain
content that
damage.
keeps visitors on your site. I covered this in the last
Disc injuries.
slide.
The spinal
But
discs
if your
sit
bounce
between
rate's
the
high,
spinal vertebrae
Google's going to feel
and
like
serve
your
as
site's not
cushion
as
between the
relevant.
bones.
Keeping
If
consumers,
a disc is
prospective clients
damaged
on
in
your
a
site
collision,
is very, very
the disc may
important.
bulge or
And
rupture
if your bounce
and
rate's
impinge
high,
on a
or,
nerve,
your page
causing
visits are
severe
very, very
pain,
low,
weakness, numbness,
consumers
and tingling in
Google's
the
gonna see
area
your
where the
site as
nerve
less
travels.
this is a
Internal
sample,
injuries.
Video.
Internal injuries,
that we
e.g. a
post
ruptured
on our
spleen,
site.
punctured lung, or internal bleeding, are particularly dangerous because the symptoms may not appear until the condition becomes severe or life-threatening.
Not to talk
Mental
over the
and
video,
emotional
but what we
injuries.
try to do
Mental
is
and emotional
create
injuries,
informative
including
videos
anxiety, depression,
answer
panic attacks, and
questions
post-traumatic
that
stress
are commonly
disorder,
searched for.
may be the direct
And
result of an auto
we've created
accident, or
hundreds
may
of
follow
these,
from the
and we're
physical
gonna post
injuries
these on our
sustained
client sites
in
and
the
have them for
accident.
some time.
For example, a person who walked away from an accident with only cuts and bruises may be immobilized by a fear of driving, while a person who sustained a disabling back injury may fall into a deep depression because he can no longer walk or play with his children.
I'm happy to send samples out to people if they want to check them out, but I think that the majority of you get the point. They're very informative. We have videos ranging from family law to DUI to personal injury, but they're very effective. They answer questions. They're different. They approach the subjects differently, and they answer common questions. Supplementing your original content. Very, very important. Too many people post content and they say, oh, I've covered that subject. I tell people leverage available free content from sources that have creative licenses that allow you to post on your website that readers will share. Find for free products, allow you to fully use premium branded content that's legally allowed and shared. I mean, iStock photo, videos, there's web shares, slide shares, different samples, and I'm happy to send you those if you guys are interested. Refresh your old content. This is probably the most important factor and the one thing that I see less frequently than I'd like to. And it is attorneys who just simply don't refresh their content. The same clients or prospective clients come back to your site and they get tired of seeing the same thing. That's why we visit the Wall Street Journal. That's why we visit Yahoo. That's why we visit MSNBC, because the content's fresh and we want something new to read. Now, I'm not saying that your site has to be refreshed every day, but it certainly does help to refresh the content from time to time. Maybe address the question in a different way, answer the question differently, and just simply supplement the content. Infographics, very important. One of the experts we follow is Neil Patel, Guy Kawasaki. They are very big on infographics. They're easy to digest. The audience can quickly grasp a lot of information, bulleted information. They can pack a bunch of information in one graphic that it's memorable, it's shareable, it's scannable. Very good for social media. Very good for Americans who like pictures and don't like to read. So it combines the two and certainly packs a lot of punch in one small graphic. And I think it's important to note that with videos and infographics, that Google doesn't have the ability to understand what unique content is with an infographic or a video. So when we post that video, it's seen as unique because it's on your site for the first time. We title it correctly with the alt image text or the SEO title, so that Google has an understanding of what we're trying to target with that, and that's what they read, that's what they pick up on. Here's some examples of infographics we create. If we have initial divorce to-dos, you can read through it. We'll certainly send out the presentation. I'm happy to send out the samples to you, but they answer common questions. Again, we generate these questions from not only the attorneys we talk to, but also from Google Analytics, where we literally just run queries and we search for common questions that prospective clients are asking, and we answer them in infographic format. The second one answer talks about the Fifth Amendment, and the third is what do I do about testifying at my disability hearing. A lot of information in a very short, packed, tight space, and it's illustrated, so Americans gravitate to that. Be the resource your customers need. We say this all the time. You want to talk to your ideal client. You want to address their problem. You don't want to address problems that your firm has. This is not about you. Your content's not about you or how great your firm is. Your content's about answering questions that your clients have. You want to address issues that your clients have, not that you have or you think are important. That's very common. I think attorneys feel like they understand their clients better than they actually do, and they write content for attorneys and they don't write content for clients. And it's unfortunate because it's well-written content if an attorney's reading it. It's terrible if a prospective client's reading it. You want to attract and engage your prospective client, the client that you want. And your client is not other attorneys. You want to lead them down that sales funnel. Focus on their problems and address their questions and concerns. The more you create content that helps your prospects, the more you're going to succeed. It's very, very simple, and the more they'll be engaged with your brand and your company. Answer the unanswered questions. I think it's been a common theme throughout this whole presentation. Give them what they want. People, have questions. Give them answers. Address the common questions. If you're not sure what they are, I'm sure you get them on the phone all the time, and you get tired of answering the same question over and over. Why don't you address that question on your website? Direct people to your website. Send it to your prospective clients. Send it to your list. Send them your blog. Say, hey, here's a great article you should read. Here's some common questions we get from prospective clients. And 9 times out of 10, people will read those, especially if they have those concerns or those questions. It certainly can help with conversion. It can help with educating your clients, and it's certainly going to help you with your search engine rankings because it's fresh, relevant content, and that's what Google's looking for. Find the questions your customers are asking. Do some research. Go to avo.com. Go to Yahoo Answers. Go to LinkedIn. Remember, you're the expert. We tell us all the time. Just because you feel like that question has been answered on Avo or on LinkedIn or on another site, it doesn't mean that it was answered in the manner that your prospective client was hoping for, and or that they have read what you've read. Don't feel bad about rewriting or readdressing an issue that you found elsewhere. It's very likely that people coming to your site are still looking for answers, or they wouldn't be on your site. So don't feel that you're out of line by snagging some of those ideas or questions from other sites. It's a very important portion of content creation. Start today. I give out my number directly. Feel free to call me. Feel free to email me. We appreciate your time. We hope that this was informative. We hope that we showed you some different styles of content that you should be creating, or you should be asking the company that you're working with to create, because it's going to help you in multiple ways. It's going to help you with your prospective clients, your current clients, and it's going to help you in the search engines. And you have to evolve with content. Content's not just the written word anymore. If that's what your game plan is, you're not going to get the results you're looking for. We hope that this was informative. We appreciate your time, and we will talk to you next Thursday. Thank you very much.